Hello, welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone who's interested is welcome to join. We are waiting for our first participant, whoever that might be. Oh, okay, Professor Ken, you're the first one tonight. How are you?
Good afternoon, Ajahn. Fine, thank you.
You look like a monk, except with the shirt.
I have a new hairstyle. Got a monk hairstyle this week.
Just did it recently, huh?
Yeah, I got my son to cut my hair on Saturday. There's not much left, to be honest, but yeah.
Good. Just no need to treat the hair anymore.
No, it's low maintenance.
Yeah.
It's when I was young, I had long, brown, curly hair, so
Yes.
I can see the.
We measure the progress in Dhamma by the length of the hair. The shorter the length of the hair, then the more advanced you are.
The shorter, the better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tanajan. Yeah, I'd like to ask about the Itipada, the four steps of Chanta, Virya, Chitta, Vimamsa.
Yes. It's a mental faculty which gives you the strength to succeed, to do whatever you want to do, to succeed in whatever you want to do. Without this, it's not easy for you to succeed. To succeed, whether it's in worldly matters or in the Dhamma, it's the same. You need to have these four qualities: Chanta, Virya, Citta, Vimamsa. Chanta means you have to be interested or enjoy what you do. If you want to succeed in Dhamma, you have to enjoy. Like the Dhamma, enjoy working or practicing the Dhamma. Because once you enjoy, you like to practice Dhamma, then you will have effort coming naturally. Then you will put in your effort to do the practice. And also your mind will only think about Dhamma and nothing else. This is called Citta. The mind concentrate on practice Dhamma only. And Vimamsa is also thinking, but thinking about Dhamma practice and not thinking about other things. Actually, Citta could mean mindfulness, and Vimamsa mean wisdom. So you need these four qualities in order for you to succeed in whatever endeavor you want to embark upon. You want to be a professor, you have to enjoy teaching, you have to enjoy studying. Then you will have the effort to do the study, to graduate. Your mind will only think about going to college and finish your degree and not be sidetracked or distracted by other things. And your thought will only thinking about how to achieve, how to improve your study, your grades, and so forth. So you need these four qualities to succeed whichever endeavor you want to embark upon. And is this okay? Understand what I try to explain to you?
Understand, John? Does this mean these are qualities that will arise naturally as we progress in the practice, or do we have to cultivate them specifically?
Well, if you don't have them, then you should cultivate them. If you already have them, then you don't need to. See, for the reason why you come into this room is because you like coming into this room.
Mm.
If you don't like, then you'll find it difficult. You'll find excuses not to come into this room.
Mm.
So first you have to like what you do. You like to practice Dhamma, you like to practice meditation. So you find if you find places where it will encourage you or teach you how to do the meditation. So you're enjoying this thing that you do. If you don't enjoy, then you probably give up sooner or later.
Mm.
And when you enjoy doing whatever you do, you'll find it easy to put in the effort. You don't have to fight, you don't have to push yourself. The effort comes quite naturally. And you only concentrate on the Dhamma. Pay attention to the Dhamma, thinking only about the Dhamma. How to improve your practice, what is the hindrance, what is obstructing your practice. This is vimamsa, using investigation to assist your practice, to improve, to push you forward. Like maybe you're not doing good enough because you're practicing at home. Maybe you should go to the monastery. This is like using the thought to help advance your practice. We call this vimamsa. Citta means you only have one thing in mind. That's meditation. You don't want to do anything else. You don't thinking about going to movies. You don't thinking about going to friends and whatever, socializing, anything like that. Your mind only thinking about practice meditation. So if you have these four qualities, then they will push you to achieve whatever you want to achieve. Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn. That's very helpful, very clear.
All right.
Thank you.
Next, outsourcing from Penang, Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajahn. I'm just listening and paying respect to Ajahn.
Okay. Go to step now. So you can then send your son to school later on.
Yes, I can. Thank you. How are you doing?
Very fine, thank you.
I always think not to ask that because everyone asks you and you probably get sick of saying I'm fine.
Yeah, I just finally resigned to that and say, well,
yeah. I just, my practice has been going really well. I haven't, I just don't want to think very much, especially in meditation. And I was just wondering, when I learned Buddhism from the West, there's a lot of thinking in meditation, like all the like body scans and all that. When am I supposed to do that if I don't want to think?
By now you're practicing to stop thinking first.
So I don't need to think. Okay.
You don't need to think.
Okay.
Only
So
think only when you have to, what you have to do now, what's going on and so forth. But don't think too much. Right now you want to control your thought first.
Which I feel like I'm starting to do. Okay.
Yeah, you develop mindfulness. The purpose is to stop your thought or control your thought.
Yeah.
Because if you can totally stop your thought, then your mind can become still, totally still. And then you will have jhana. And you will have peace from stilling the mind, from the mind being still. You have peace and contentment. Once you have this quality in your mind, then the next step is to direct your mind to think, to study, thinking in terms of studying, not just fantasizing or daydreaming, but think in terms of knowledge, investigating the three characteristics of existence regarding your body, feeling, and the states of mind. This comes later, after you have developed jhana, developed strong mindfulness. Because if you don't have strong mindfulness, you will not be able to direct your mind to think about these things, because they are subject that your defilement doesn't want you to think.
It'll make me agitated.
Yeah, agitated or feel bad if you have to think about getting old, getting sick, or die. Or thinking about looking at all the unpleasant parts of the body, for instance. But once your mind, go ahead.
Um, I don't know that Asuba's my problem, but I have a lot of passion, and I'm trying to deal with my passion, not letting that. I guess that is kind of I don't know. Like I just feel so much, and I'm trying not to let that, to just notice that that's derailing me and calm myself when I start to feel passionate. So that's kind of where I'm at, if that makes sense.
You can use the practice of mindfulness to stop your passion.
Yes, yeah.
But you can do mindfulness can only stop your passion temporarily.
The wisdom is what makes you learn to not continue.
Right, to continue on. But when you first started, when you don't have wisdom, then you use mindfulness to stop it. When you feel your mind is not being normal, then you can recite the mantra Bhutto Bhutto. Then it will calm down. But later on, if you want to get rid of this passion forever, you have to investigate what is causing this passion to arise. See, there's a cause for,
Ego.
usually craving, usually craving for something.
Okay.
And then you have to see, if you allow this craving to arise, then you will always get this passion. And if you cannot get what you want, you can also become sad or lonely. Or if you have got what you wanted, then sooner or later you will have to lose it again. So you want to see the nature of the three characteristics in the object of your passion.
Yeah, that's very good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, and also
mindfulness is my best friend.
Yeah, and also see the harm for having the cravings in the first place. Because when you start to have craving, your mind start to acting abnormal, not being normal anymore. Restless, agitated.
Yeah, that's what I feel is the agitation, and that's when I know to.
Yeah, but that can come later. I now try to develop as much as mindfulness as possible, and so that you can still your mind anytime when it becomes irregular or abnormal.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay. So practice mindfulness while you're walking, sitting, doing things, and then when you're not doing anything, sit down and meditate to get full, complete mindfulness, to still the mind completely.
Thank you very much.
Okay. And when your mind is still, you are happy. Then you can give up a lot of things. What you crave for, you can give up easily because you have something to replace your craving.
Yeah. What I crave for is security. That's kind of the problem.
Well, eventually, when you get wisdom, you say there's no true security.
Yes. Yeah.
Because the body, no matter how you look after it, it's gonna die.
Yeah.
So eventually, you come to terms with this truth, and then you will not worry about the security of the body, because you know it's impossible to have complete total security of the body.
That's where I'm tumbling through.
The best way is to get rid of this insecurity is to accept that you're gonna have to die one day.
So maybe I should start death contemplation, or at
least if you can, if your mind doesn't react negatively. But as soon as it starts to react negatively, then you should stop.
Okay.
Because it can, if you overdo it, it might cause you to thinking about killing yourself just to solve the problem.
Yeah, like that's the
which is not the way to solve the problem.
Yeah. Okay.
The problem is the craving to live.
Yes.
We have to stop this craving to live. That's all. Kill the craving to live. When there's no craving to live, then you don't care whether you live or you die or not, because
no becoming. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That's very, very helpful. Thank you.
All right. Next, Marina. Hi, Marina. Where are you from? First time I see you. Yes.
Venerable. I'm from Spain.
Spain. Okay.
And I've met you in Thailand. Like a month ago.
I see. You came to Wat Yan.
Yes.
What can I do
And
for you?
yeah, I'm looking for a monastery to be ordained and to practice. Meditation, serious practice. And
Where in Thailand or in Europe?
I wish you were my teacher, and I don't mind go anywhere.
Do you have a particular place you're thinking about going to ordain?
Not really.
I see. Because there are quite a few monastery that is being led by Ajahn Chah's disciples in England, in some other places. I'm not sure, but you can search. Or you can, if you want to come to Thailand, there are quite a few places for women ordination, but not as a bhikkhuni in Thailand. We don't ordain women as bhikkhuni. We ordain women as mechi or nun, white robe.
Yes. Well, I don't really mind about that. I just looking for some place to do enough meditation to practice, to have enough practice. Studying them.
Yes, if anybody in the room knows about some places and can recommend to her, maybe he can send on it to the chat.
Okay. Okay. So I can write. Can you repeat the name, please?
Yes, if anybody know anything, any places, they can recommend to Marina.
Lin.
Lin knows, huh? Okay, Lin is from Indonesia.
Good evening, Ajahn.
Go ahead, Lin, talk to her.
Okay, maybe you could try to search for Dhammasara Monastery in Perth.
Okay.
In Perth, Australia.
Yes.
Is that too far for you to go?
I know people from Australia is opening a new bhikkhuni monastery in Oxford.
Okay.
And they are looking for people. So
Yeah.
maybe.
And there is a branch in the UK, Venerable Chandak, the Anukampa Bhikkhuni project. Maybe you can try to search.
Yeah, I think it's that one. Yes.
And
okay.
Amravati in the UK also. Amravati
Okay.
Monastery in the UK.
Yeah, I know that one. Okay. Thank you.
Okay,
Yes,
I know.
so I'm going to ask for information and all of that places. Thank you.
Okay. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Okay. Thank you.
You have any other questions?
Well, maybe just ask about the difference between jhana and samadhi.
Same thing. Samadhi is a common name, a general name, while jhana is more detailed. Jhana is divided into eight different levels of jhana, different level of calm. But they are all samadhi.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Yes, so it's just I think I was wrong in the concept of samadhi. Okay.
Samadhi is jhana, but samadhi is just a general name. With jhana, it tells you the different level of calm that you can achieve when you do mindfulness meditation. First jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, and up to the eighth jhana, I think, or the rupa jhana and arupa jhana.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Now it's clear. Thank you.
Okay. You can read the detail by searching in the internet for jhanas.
Okay, I will search for it. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Is that all for you? Where are you in Spain, in Madrid or
I'm in Salamanca, in a place
Salamanca?
between Madrid and Portugal.
I
Yes.
see.
And
Okay.
yeah, I was living in a monastery, but I left. So I'm looking for another monastery to be ordained there.
Okay. Good. I hope you find what you're looking
Thank you.
for. Okay. Just keep searching, looking until you find the right one for you.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Next, we'll go to Mike from New York. Hi, Mike.
Good evening, Ajahn. Thank you for taking my question today. Today, I was thinking about how the Buddha found enlightenment under a tree. I've been thinking about kind of grounding myself when I'm meditating and when I'm not meditating. And just to kind of, bear the different winds of the world. And I was curious if Ajahn had any teachings or any words of wisdom about grounding yourself or about, kind of using the image of trees in your practice.
Well, trees represent the forest, really, that's what it means. And to achieve meditation, it's easier to do it in the forest than in the town and cities. The environment is different. In the town and cities, you have a lot of distractions from visual, audio, and smell, taste. They can become a distraction to your meditation. While in the forest settings, you have natural sound, natural smell, and that doesn't distract you from your meditation. But that's what it really means. Just the trees just represent the forest. Meditation monks usually go to live in a forest or in forest monasteries because you need a quiet environment, seclusion, solitude. So forests or trees are like symbols of Buddhist enlightenment. Buddha practiced in the forest, became enlightened in the forest, and died in the forest. They live in the forest. That's why we call forest monks, forest tradition. That's all. That's what it means about the trees. And in ancient times, most monks don't have any houses to live in. They go find place in the forest under a big tree, or they make some shack from leaves and just to protect them from the sun and rain, so that they can meditate. Or else they'll live in caves or outcrops, under outcrops, rock outcrops, but they can be protected from the rain and the sun. But they want to go places where it's secluded, no people around them. Okay.
So as far as any like grounding type of exercise or images, you would probably just suggest mindfulness, kind of just staying with the breath as a way of grounding yourself during, turbulent moments in your day.
Well, if you are moving, when you're not sitting in meditation, you can be mindful of your body movement. Or you can use mantra to try to maintain your stability, mental stability, not to let your mind go into irritation or agitation or restlessness. But if sometimes you feel your mind is really agitated and restless, you might want to find a quiet corner and meditate. Sitting down, close your eye and focus on your breath to stop thinking. Once you stop thinking, then the restlessness and agitation will disappear. You can go to the toilet if you cannot find a quiet place. Toilet is the best place to meditate. If you're in the city, if you're working, but if you're outside, you can go find a quiet, shady place under a tree, and you can go sit there and meditate. But it's better not for people to see you because to them they think you're weird if you sit and meditate. So you don't want to attract their attention. Okay.
Thank you, John.
Next, Cove from California. How are you? Where have you been?
Hi, John. I have actually been on a 10-day retreat this past week. It was a Goenka retreat, and it's not my first one. If I find it very helpful.
Where was the
have a
retreat?
question.
Where was the retreat?
Oh, it was in 29 Palms Joshua Tree, the desert in California.
Is it run by a Buddhist or just a group of people doing it? Or is it a monastery or what?
It's a meditation center. They followed Goenka type meditation.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes. I think from now on I do prefer to stay at monasteries, but it was still a good experience. And I have a question about piti, or bliss or rapture that comes in meditation. Why is there feeling of pushing up? At least for me, what is pushing up?
What do you mean by pushing up?
There's kind of a pressure that kind of this feeling of pushing up and
Uplifting, you mean feeling uplifted?
Yes.
Well, when you meditate, when your mind starts to become calm, then you can have this piti, a sense of joy and rapture. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. It's not necessary that you do have it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But what you can always have is calm, peaceful, and contentment. When you reach the fourth jhana, then you have equanimity or contentment.
Mm-hmm.
But the others, sometimes you get piti, sometimes you don't get piti. Because sometimes you go from first to fourth very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Like falling from a tree, falling from a high place. Then you might not experience any piti.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter whatever happens. The goal is to reach the fourth jhana. The mind becomes still, no thinking, feeling at ease, feeling happy, blissful, and contented. No love, no hate, no fear, no delusion working at that time. No emotion.
During these deeper states is well, at least in my experience, I don't think I go that deep, but there's a part of the mind that's feeling this calm and ease, but there's another part where sounds and thoughts are still kind of coming in, but I'm not concerned. I feel that thoughts and sounds are almost at the same level, that they're not concerned to me.
That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
When your mind reaches equanimity, then you're not disturbed by the sound or anything around you, or the feeling of the body. If you feel painful somewhere, the pain will not bother your mind. When you have reached equanimity, the mind can take the pain and not have any reaction to it, can live along with it, alongside it. Sometimes you go deeper and all the sensation disappear from the mind. The body disappear from the mind. All you have left is just the knowing, the mind itself. But it doesn't matter which one you get, it's okay both. As long as you have peace and calm and equanimity and happiness. Because you want to use this happiness to replace your sensual pleasure happiness. It will be easy for you to give up sensual pleasures once you have achieved happiness from meditation. And it's an easier way to have happiness, because all you need to do is just meditate. You don't have to have money, you don't have to have good health, you don't have to go out, you don't have to go have places to go to make you happy. All you need is just sit down in a quiet place and meditate, and you can be happy. Cheaper way of being happy. Really. No money. No need to have money. You don't have to be rich to be happy. And maybe you're much happier than a rich person even, because the money that you buy, the happiness you get from using the money is not as good as the happiness you get from meditation. The Buddha said the happiness from meditation is the best of all type of happiness.
Yes, I think in the past I used to find a lot of happiness from looking at beautiful landscapes like mountains or, Yosemite. But I feel now that meditation is actually better than even looking at those things.
Yes, once you have
and
achieved the result of meditation, you understand the word the Buddha said, the taste of Dhamma excel all other tastes.
Yes.
Okay.
And yes.
So do a lot of mindfulness, because in order to meditate successfully, you need to have strong mindfulness.
Okay. Yes, I will do that. Thank you,
Good.
Ajahn.
You're welcome. Next, Rohini from the UK.
Good evening, Ajahn. I have no questions, just listening and pay my respect.
You meditate every day? You still meditate
Yes,
every day?
yes, I continue practicing.
Find any peace or happiness from your meditation?
Yes, I do, but I'm still trying to control my thoughts. And when I meditate, I come to a level like I don't feel the body, but I still the thoughts coming in. So I'm trying to
get rid of all the thoughts
as much as possible. So I'm struggling with that at the moment.
You have to focus on your breathing. Don't try to get rid of the thought directly. You cannot do that. But you can get rid of the thought by focusing your mind on something else.
Sometimes I feel very sad, because it's keep coming in. I'm trying to stop it, but I can't.
Yeah, you shouldn't try to stop it. You just use mindfulness of breathing to stop it. Yeah. Just focus on your breathing and just keep watching your breath.
Yeah.
Or mantra.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Next, Kok Seng from Singapore.
Good evening, Prajan. Yeah, just like to confess to Prajan that last few days I was not sticking to my schedule of practicing Samatha Bhavana, and the reason was because I was sucked into the politics of the tariff war, the trade war, the retaliation, the annexation of Canada, and all these things pull me away from sitting down to meditate. So Prajan, may you please teach me a way to tell my how to tell my mind tell it off when the next time when it wants to pull the mind to go and indulge in all these politics of the worldly affairs again.
The Buddha said everything is anatta, not under your control. They are like the weather. Everything is like the weather. So let it happen. If it's gonna happen, you can't stop it. Don't waste your time worrying about it. You cannot do anything. If things gonna happen, they're gonna happen. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be.
Yeah, and actually, Prajan, I observed that actually one of the things that keeps pulling me to follow all these news coverage is because all this politicking by the different countries is very dramatic. It was one time the tariff was on, then after off, then on and off. So it was very very drama in a sense, like so I was pulled towards and like watching a drama show, and I may not be very concerned about on the so-called the cause of the tariffs and so on, but it's more of the drama that is unfolding and so on. So how do I actually tell my mind not to indulge in all this drama and so on?
Like I say, it makes you agitated and restless. It's not good for you. So why you still indulge in these things?
Okay.
If they're not good for you, then turn away from them. Don't look at them. Don't watch them. Don't follow them.
And how do I tell my mind that watching all these things is no good for my mind?
Well, you can tell yourself that you don't feel good when you follow this news. Do you? Do you feel good when you follow all this news, or you feel bad?
The immediate part of it when following is can feel the excitement, the drama unfolding, but it's the aftermath of it, then feel that I've been wasting my time, but this thing keeps repeating over and over. Then I was asking myself, why do I keep on going back and watch all this? So it seems that I need something that is strong to tell my mind, oh, don't watch all these things, don't follow all these things anymore.
Yes, go meditate. Tell yourself better go meditate. You get better result from meditation than following the news. So you have to know what is beneficial to your mind and what is harmful to your mind.
Okay. What is beneficial to my mind?
Yeah, meditation is always beneficial to your mind. Following the news can always is harmful because it makes your mind sad or unhappy, restless or agitated.
Okay. So following all this, you will make the mind agitated and unhappy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You might get angry also sometimes, or you might feel sad from following the news.
Okay. Okay. I will try
Okay.
the next time when it occurs, and I will tell the mind off in this way.
Good. Okay. Try it. See whether it works for you or not.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Next,
you,
Alvin from Malaysia.
Namaskar, Ajahn. Ajahn, just want to check this again in terms of the three panya. I think you have mentioned before. Can you explain again the three types of panya that that
Yes.
we experience? Yes.
Sutta Maya Panya, Inta Maya Panya, and Pavana Maya Panya. See, the first one is called Sutta, mean the knowledge you learn from other people, like listening to the Dhamma Sutta of the Buddha. So you learned about the Four Noble Truths from the Buddha. So this is how you get to know. This is the level of knowledge of Panya, but it's not yet capable of making you become enlightened or making you able to get rid of all the suffering or the dukkha from your mind. You need the second one. You need to contemplate, thinking about the Four Noble Truths all the time, reminding yourself that your mental suffering arises from your craving for sensual pleasure, craving for being, craving for not being. And the way for you to get rid of your dukkha is to stop your cravings for these three things. And the way to stop this craving, you need to practice meditation, which is the path, the Noble Eightfold Path. So you need to develop mindfulness and practice meditation. Once you do that, then you can get to the third type of wisdom, Pavana Maya Panya.
All right. Okay.
The second one is for you to keep reminding yourself what caused dukkha and how to get rid of dukkha. What is the tool that you need to have in order for you to be able to get rid of dukkha? This is the second one. You have to keep contemplating, thinking about the Four Noble Truths so you don't forget. And then you go and develop the tools for getting rid of your craving. You need the Noble Eightfold Path. You have to develop Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. Sila and Samadhi, Panya you already have, but what you don't have is Sila and Samadhi. You don't have the fourth jhana. That's what you need to develop. Once you have the fourth jhana, then the wisdom that you have developed from contemplation will become Bhavana Maya Panya. Will be the wisdom that can stop your craving.
Bhavana. Okay. So the wisdom developed samadhi is the sutta and the Chintamaya Panya. Is it? Wisdom developed samadhi.
This is a special case, not the general case. Sometimes when you meditate, you try to meditate, and your mind keep becoming agitated by some issues. Maybe you worry about financial loss or worry about losing your job, so you cannot concentrate on your meditation, watching your breath. So in order for you to be able to calm down and continue on with your meditation, you might need to use wisdom to solve the issue that's bothering you, which is your job, by studying the nature of your job as being anicca, dukkha, anatta. Anicca, that is not certain whether you can have your job always or not, and anatta, you cannot control your job. Okay? And it's causing you dukkha because you want to keep your job, but you're not sure whether you can keep it or not. So when you see anicca, dukkha, anatta on your job, and you see that there's nothing you can do, if you're gonna lose your job, you're gonna lose your job. If you're gonna keep your job, you're gonna keep your job. It's not under your control. So once you can come to this fact, then you can then calm down and accept whatever's gonna happen. It's not your position to keep the job or to lose the job. It's not for you to do. For you is to accept either one, whether you have or you don't have. Once you can come to this decision or this solution, then your mind can then stop worrying about this issue, and then you can then come back and then concentrate on your meditation.
Right. Okay.
This is what we call wisdom developed samadhi. We're actually using knowledge to calm down your mind when it's becoming restless or agitated or stressful. And you cannot use the mantra or the breath to calm it down. So you have to use knowledge that can deal with this issue, which is the three characteristics of existence.
So it has nothing to do with the three panya, right? The Cinta, Sutta,
No.
Bhavana panya. Nothing. Okay.
It's just another way to calm your mind down in place of mindfulness. Sometimes mindfulness is not strong enough to stop it, to calm your mind down. Then you need to use wisdom if you know how to use it.
Okay. Thanks, Dhamma.
Okay.
So sorry, Bin. I asked you again. Thank
No,
you.
that's okay. Other people can also can learn from what we talk about. But usually we have this wisdom is three types or three levels of knowledge, really. The first one is the learning knowledge we learn from other people. It's called Sutta Maya Panya. Once we have learned, the next step is to try to maintain this knowledge so that you don't forget by constantly thinking about it. But then you cannot just apply into your mind to get rid of your dukkha because you lack the tool, which is the jhana, equanimity. So you have to go develop samatha bhavana first. When you have samatha bhavana, you have jhana, you have equanimity, then you can apply the Four Noble Truths. When you have dukkha, then you go look for the cause of your dukkha, which is your cravings. And then once you see that the craving causing you the dukkha, then you can stop it with equanimity and wisdom together. So the third wisdom is actually mean the combination of samadhi and wisdom together, working hand in hand.
In this Bhavana Maya Panya.
Yeah. The first two you don't need to have meditation or equanimity or jhana, because when you learn, you just read the book or listen to what your teacher tells you. It's like getting the map from your teacher. But in order to apply, to follow the path, you need to have you have to have the path, which is the Noble Eightfold Path. You have to develop the path.
To develop the path is through Bhavana Maya Panya. Okay.
And you need sila to support your development of bhavana. Once you have bhavana, you already have wisdom from the Buddha, then you can become enlightened. You have both combination, bhavana and panya, bhavana maya panya.
Okay, clear. Thanks, Dhamma.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right now, you're getting sutta maya panya from me, talking about how to practice, how to get rid of dukkha through the Four Noble Truths. This is learning from other people. This is called Sutta Maya Panya. The next step is for you to go and think about this thing that you have just heard from me, so you can get a better understanding how to apply it when the real situation happens. When you got dukkha in your mind, then you say, okay, I must look for the cause of my dukkha, which the Buddha says are my cravings. So look for it. Try to find out what are you craving for right now that is causing you to have restlessness or stress or anxiety. And once you find out, oh, it's my craving for this or that, and if you cannot stop it right away, it means you don't have equanimity, you don't have bhavana, you don't have fourth jhana. So you have to go develop fourth jhana. Once you have fourth jhana, then you can then come back and apply this wisdom when the dukkha arises. You can then get rid of this craving that is the cause of your dukkha.
I would say expectation also, right? Tan Ajahn?
Yeah, craving,
Yeah,
expectation,
expectation.
wanting,
yeah. The cause of
but,
suffering.
yeah, desiring, anything like that.
Mm.
There are many words for tanha in English, but usually they translate it as craving, so I use craving. But it usually means anything that you want, greed, anything you crave for, you greed for, you lust for, So these are all the same.
Mm.
They are the cause of your suffering, your mental suffering, because they cause your mind to become restless and agitated.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Tan Ajahn.
Okay, next, Lynn from Indonesia.
Good evening again, Pak Ajahn. I've got one question. How to develop kanti, patience?
Patience.
Yeah.
You need the fourth jhana to have kanti. You have equanimity. Once you have equanimity, then your mind doesn't react to anything. Your mind let everything happen.
So it's like the
Kanti arises from you being impatient. You want something. See? So if you can stop your want, then there's no need to. Then you won't feel. You don't have to use kanti. You can tolerate anything. So you need equanimity. Equanimity is kanti. It's another word for kanti.
So is there any other things that we can do apart from getting to fourth jhana to get like a patient?
If you can use wisdom, Everything is anatta. Let everything be. Everything is anicca, dukkha, anatta. You cannot stop, or you cannot force things to happen. So let things happen by themselves or disappear by themselves. Then you can be patient. Then you can have patience or kanti. Endurance.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn. Thank you so much.
Next, Philip from Malaysia.
Good evening, Tan Ajahn. I have something to ask you, a little advice with regards to a recent colleague of mine, very young and things like that. I just trying to get the person onto maybe nudge the person on the right path, because the person came to me and said that recently I have wants to learn meditation, and she has heard of this teacher that within 3 months will give give you like psychic power and change your life and things like that. So at that point I kind of stopped and said that meditation, if it's not grounded with morality, shouldn't, it's not the right path to go. And subsequently I started to explain the Four Noble Truths, I think, which was the first time the person ever heard of it. So my question is that short of being an evangelical priest or anything like that, or I'm not a person who is in the stream, and Tan Ajahn, you have explained that many times, that if you are not in the stream, you shouldn't be teaching and things like that. Is there a way to nudge the person in the right direction? I know I have read a couple of your books, and essentially most of them are good. I mean, for example, the essential teaching against defilements and things like that. And I'm planning to give some of these books. And bear in mind that this person has like basic knowledge of Buddhism, or even not existing. What would be the recommended book or way of nudging the person to the right path? I mean, I do not want to see a person, banging in the dark and then wasting like many years of the life practicing the wrong thing and then get disappointed. That's my question. I mean, do you have any advice that I could give the person? Or I essentially want to give that the book, The Essential Teachings, I think written by the compilation of teaching to this person. Would it be a good start? I mean,
well, you can give, and it's just up to him whether he can catch on or not, really. Because we don't know which level of understanding he has about Buddhism and what he expects from Buddhism also, we don't know. So he just might have to explore himself by reading various books on Buddhism, and eventually he might get the picture of what Buddhism is about and whether it is something he wants from Buddhism or not. If it's not, then maybe he won't do it. He won't follow. Because if he thinks about psychic power, then this is not about Buddhism. The goal is not for psychic power. The goal of Buddhism is eradication of your suffering, of your dukkha. The psychic power is just considered to be a bonus for some meditators. Not every meditator might be able to achieve psychic power. And it's not necessary to have psychic power in order to get rid of your suffering. So psychic power is not considered the main point in Buddhism. The main point is wisdom, sila, samadhi, and panya. So this is what you should tell him if he wants to know about Buddhism. Buddhism is a way of getting rid of your suffering, your mental suffering, through the practice of morality, meditation, and wisdom.
Yes, Tanajan. I mean, that was what I found out. I mean, when they explained to me about all this psychic power and all these things like that, when I explained the eradication of suffering in the most basic form from Buddhism, right? The person caught on very fast. So I thought maybe I have some chance with this person before it goes to another, goes in another path or whatever, I was just
I would recommend him go read the Buddha Sutta, the first one, the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. The Buddha talk about Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, the Noble Eightfold Path. And then another one that he should read the Sutta is the Four Foundation of Mindfulness. I think these are the two books or two suttas that is very important once you understand the Four Noble Truths.
Okay, Tanajan.
Okay.
Okay, Tanajan.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Next, Alfredo from Sao Paulo.
Hi, Bante.
How you doing?
Okay.
Happy?
Practicing. A little.
Ubeka?
A little. More or less.
More or less.
Not completely.
You
Fixing
you
my
still
things
have
here.
sensual pleasure? You still go after sensual pleasure? A little bit.
Yes.
Watching
a little
movie, eating food.
No.
Go ride your bike.
In my country, where I live, many assaults. People is again. It's very dangerous.
Yes. So you don't go outside
walking.
the house. You don't go outside the house.
Less.
Yeah. It's dangerous to go out.
Yes. Not so good here.
Yeah, people are not having sila. they're losing sila, no morality,
Yes.
no loving kindness, no metta.
Yes, I think loving kindness a lot. They have pleasures. They have things. Is the samsara, né, but
yeah, they have
they
craving for sensual pleasure.
yes, the new generation in Brazil, the name is Generation Z generation.
Yes.
A generation that have a lot of things, né?
Yeah,
A lot of information.
Materialistic, no spirituality at all.
Yes.
Okay.
Buddha say that the Dhamma is decadent, né? About the time, né? 250 years, né? But
5,000 years.
I don't know.
The last 5,000 years.
Yes. Next Buddha is Buddha Maitreya.
Yes,
it's the same Buddha, né?
Yes, same Buddha, same teaching, but it takes many years for him to appear, though. Many millions of years after this Buddha passed away, then another new Buddha will come and do the same thing again, teach the same teaching.
Yes, they stay in Tushita now.
Right now, the next Buddha is still a Bodhisattva.
Bodhisattva. Yes.
Developing the 10 paramis.
Yes.
The 10 perfection.
Yes.
Maybe you can be one. Are you developing the 10 paramis yourself? Metta.
What?
Are you developing the 10 perfection of metta, sila, dana?
Yes. Samasankapo, né, Bante? Avyapada. Not bad intense, né? Good intense, né? Avyapada. Kamanto, né? Is a noble truth, né, Bante? Good experiences. Not hinder, not violence, nekama, and good things. The hard efforts, né, Bante? Good things. It's good to be.
Do good karma. Avoid doing bad karma.
Yes.
And purify the mind.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's difficult, Bante, because our dreams in night is bad. Our karma is very bad, né, Bante? It's difficult to change the karma, né, Bante? It's not simple, né?
You cannot change the past karma. You can change the new karma. If you know doing bad karma is not good, then you try to stop doing it. Do only good karma.
Yes. Let go.
Yes, the past karma you cannot change, but you can change the future karma. The karma that you haven't yet done. Before you do any karma, you can ask yourself, is this good karma or bad karma? If it's bad karma, don't do it. If it's good karma, then do it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
right.
but
enjoy your day.
It's my goal.
Okay.
What?
Enjoy your day.
Night. Thanks okay. for all the people, all peoples.
All right. Okay, next we go to Canada. Maybe we will be the 51st state of America.
Hey. No.
No way.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a kind of ongoing conversation these days. A lot of people's mind, But whatever happens, Sara.
Yeah. It doesn't matter whether When the
Yes.
country change the name to anything, it's still the same country. It's still the same
Yes.
place.
I don't think it'll happen.
As long as your mind is okay, like we have a little bit of time to develop our mind, so it can't waste on this news.
Yeah.
You still have to pay your taxes. You still have to pay
Exactly.
your bills.
Yeah.
So there's no difference. What country you call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't get like of course I don't listen at all, but PL sometimes listen. But I always think if somebody tries to do something really unskillful, I mean, there are devas who protect certain something. I don't think it's going to work. Ajahn, because if you do it with like greed, hatred, and delusion, wrong intention,
They'll suffer themselves. Because
Yes.
greed, hate, and delusion is the cause of their suffering.
Yes, yes. Because they suffer so much, the suffering spills over, and they want everybody else to suffer. So it's always with bad intention.
Yes.
Yeah. I think we just have to look after our mind to see less suffering for us at the end of the day. I think that's our goal, right?
That's
We
right.
can,
That's
yes.
right. We cannot change people.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes, Ajahn.
Even somebody was telling around watching news, I think annexation of Canada from abroad, right? Somewhere Malaysia, I think.
From
so
Singapore,
I mean,
from
Singapore.
Singapore.
Yeah. So even there, it's affected so far away. I guess the news is something maybe, I think Buddha said to sort of like, these could be like memories, like it's implanted in our minds, like implicit memories. It keeps coming up through your meditation or when trying to sit down and to meditate. So these are called asravas, or like underlying defilements, also called anushaya. So Buddha gave, I think, about 7, it's called Sabbhavasa Sutra, about 7 methods. But the first 6 are to avoid this, by avoiding, by tolerating, by restraining, so forth. But at the last one is by meditation, like getting rid of samatha with vipassana. So initial part is like the prevention, other one is cure. So I think we can use these methods, like not to watch TV, get out of the situation. Or if you
watch TV.
Yeah, I do watch. Try to restrain. If you can't restrain your mind, just shut off the TV. But I think your craving goes there. Oh, what is today? What is new? So I think it's a craving, desire, puts us in that position.
Yes, it's your craving for sensual pleasures.
Because no matter what, Ajahn, if you watch, your mind gets agitated, and watching someone who's so horrible, like makes you feel, even the goodness in you vanishes when you watch someone like that. So best is
I don't watch American news anymore. Done.
Yes, I made him not watch.
Yeah, but Canadian news I just watch once in a while. I think Canada is still a softer country. I mean,
with a lot of compassionate people. People are very sort of, I think there's a big difference. So that's the problem. So hopefully things will work
but
out.
we can't fight with the US, so it's just rather give up.
You don't have to fight with arms. You can fight in a spiritual way.
Anyway.
Yes, Ajahn. So
thank you so much. And I have a question about, actually comment about Iddhipada. First question. Now, Iddhi is like the special, like somebody mentioned about special powers, like Iddhi is like supernormal powers, like,
That's right.
But
that's right.
yeah, so it has to be related to the mindfulness, these 3 factors. So I think actually 4 factors. So I think it is come up in mindfulness because it eventually leads to jhana. So jhana with Iddhipada is some of the byproduct of the jhanas. You really don't need them, but it is a byproduct of the jhana. It is not the goal of the spiritual path. So the effort, the chitta is like you want to get rid of craving. The 4 noble truths. There is a desire. We need to get rid of this. So we have to be mindful. Chitta. You have to put effort. So right effort, like the virya, and then Chitta is you have to be mindful. So virya, chitta, and vimansa is like the sampajano. So atapi, sampajano, satima. Those three factors, again, the features of the right mindfulness work in these the 4 Irdipadas, the 3 factors. It's also found in it's also found in the 7 enlightenment factors at the top. Sati, that is mindfulness. Dhamma Vijaya is Dhamma Vijaya, the investigation or vimansa. And Sati, Dhamma Vijaya, virya is virya, same as effort.
That's right.
So and then
and
we list
ubeka also ubeka.
And last 4 factors are the jhana factors, the priti, upeka, samadhi. The last one being the 4th jhana. So I think there's always a lot of overlap in these factors. That's just
That's right. Okay, that's clear. That's good. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
And Thanajan, I have a question. In most of the sutras, Buddha says Rukkamula Gatangva or Sunyagara Gatangva. So Rukkamula means under a tree, like you said, in the forest. But Sunyagara Gata, like even for us as lay people, as long as we go to a quiet room and quiet place, still that's also okay if you can't go to the forest and do meditation. Like,
yes, if you can stay in your room, a quiet place, no one disturb your concentration.
Yes.
You need a quiet place because if it's noisy, you won't be able to focus on your meditation object.
That's true.
But the nature is probably a little better than Rukkamula, like because the sounds of nature, it does not disturb as much as the sounds of the voices of the people.
That's right. Voice of nature is neutral, see. Doesn't produce any love, hate, or delusion. Not like the voice of people, or sound of people, or smell of food, or anything like that. They can stimulate the defilement to come up.
Yeah. So I found that very true because when I try to meditate outside in a bench, the birds and those things it doesn't bother me as long as somebody goes down the road speaking loudly on a phone or something. Suddenly my mind goes towards that and getting disturbed.
Because you understand what they're talking about.
Sometimes in a different language still. It's a voice, right? It's something I try to understand. It's interesting. Sadhu.
Thank you, Dhanajan. Thank you.
Next, Mandy. The other night you sent in a comment, right? Sunday night. We have a meeting in Thai.
Yes.
Did you use Google Translate to understand what we were talking about, or just not?
No, I haven't used Google Translate. I just tune in and listen, and every so often I can hear an English word pop up or a Dhamma word that I know, and then just think about that Dhamma word or what the meaning behind that is, and even just hearing you speak, I think people who are practitioners, Ajahns and enlightened people, it reverberates off of you. It's so easy to be calm just hearing any of it. So whether it's English or not, I find it beneficial. I think Marina is gone, but I commented, I found online bhikkhuni.net/directory has all of the bhikkhuni ordination sites in, I believe, around the world. So that's super helpful if women are traveling from one place to another, they can find all of them there. I found forestdhamma.org for
books.
Connecting with the books, the audio books, if you can't have them sent or can't read. And the YouTube has the Forest Dhamma books streamed. They're like 11 hours long, but it's the full books. And there's also podcasts, so that's been helpful.
That's good.
Yeah. Meditation is good. What I'm noticing coming up, especially upon waking, is I feel like it's a powerful insight to, like, it'll be just a random thing that has happened in life, and then I'm seeing the root of it, like with so much clarity. But then I think to myself, is that just another delusion? But it feels so true, and it's not biased. Like, some of it is disturbing, and I don't grasp onto the disturbing aspect of it. Is this something that happens with more clarity, with more focus in meditation or mindfulness?
Well, when you are more mindful, you are becoming more aware of what's going on inside your mind than before. Because before meditation, you might tend to go outside more and be more knowing about what's going on outside. But once you start to meditate, your mind is being pulling inward, so you'll start to see the things inside your mind more clearly. Then eventually you'll see the Four Noble Truths in your mind. See the dukkha that arises, see the cause of dukkha, which are your cravings, and see the cessation of dukkha when you apply wisdom, the three characteristics to it.
Yeah, that's certain. It's kind of like a magical experience, because I've experienced a lot of therapy and things over the years, and nothing is as clear as that, in this type of insight or thought that occurs. That's just so deep. It stays like that. The ideas just stay when it's so clear like that. Yeah. Just very grateful for this talk. Very grateful for everyone's questions and comments. And
okay, that's good. Anything else?
No.
Okay, all right. I'll go on then. I'll go to Marco now from Holland. Hi, Marco.
Hi, Ajahn, how are you?
Good, thank you.
I would like to report my homework, please.
Go ahead.
My meditation has been going well. I feel peaceful. I feel at ease. I feel the mind is more calm. My walking meditation is going well. I have the feeling now that when I'm out of meditation, I like to think and ponder about more the body, and also reading a lot of text from the Tipitaka. And one of the things that is intriguing me, and I would like to hear, at least if it's a good idea or not, what really intrigues me is the dependent origination, that everything that happens has many, many causes to it, which at the same time makes me feel a little bit anxious about everything that's happening. At the same time, it gives me a lot of confidence that all the steps I'm taking now in my practice are going the right direction. Would you have any words of wisdom on that? If it's worth contemplating about, or if this is one of the things that is, don't think about it yet. I do this only when I'm done with my meditation, when I feel peaceful, because then everything's more clear and there seems to be less emotion tied to it. But
I
at the same
think
time,
it's not important to know the dependent origination. It's important to know the three characteristic of existence. If you want to contemplate or study the anicca, dukkha, anatta nature of all things.
yeah, and when I do that, when those come up, that everything comes and goes. It's everything has a different time span, right? It's not all the same. Some things stay longer, some things stay shorter. And when I'm thinking about it, sometimes the thoughts from the past come up and I go like, okay, there's so many things that I didn't do skillfully in the past. Do I still have enough time to make up for it? Do I still have enough time to be a way better person than I've been before? And that's the thoughts that then come up. But then again, I feel peaceful and happy that because I'm thinking about this now, I try to be skillful in everything I do, or at least be mindful about every action I take, every word I say, which is helping. But at the same time, yeah, I can't help that those feelings sometimes to come up.
Yes, the goal is not to do anything at all. When you nothing, then you don't do any mistakes. Yeah. Just sit down and meditate.
Switch off the power, take out the battery. Yeah, it's meditation makes me happy, and I'm realizing that meditation is what gives the peace. And then I also realize work again is doing exactly the opposite, which is interesting, but at the same time it's hampering.
You work because you have to feed your body, that's all. Otherwise, not anything more than that. So you don't have to work too hard. Just have enough to feed yourself is enough. Then you can have more time for the inner peace that you develop through meditation.
True. Yeah, and I remember that one of the things, and that was mentioned earlier today as well, about not showing that you're meditating to other people because they will not understand. Also, my wife was telling me about a monk who was actually sitting in the monastery and he was pretending to be asleep, but he was actually meditating, just to not show that he was doing the meditation at that point in time. So whenever I have some spare time at work, I try to meditate, but not sit in a strange way or just sit somewhere separate, so that at least I can be mindful, but then don't get like weird looks from colleagues or something like that.
Yes, there's a time and place for everything, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. Other than that, just here to pay my respects and say thank you again.
Yeah, your goal is to achieve inner peace. So try to do mindfulness and meditation as much as possible. Don't think too much right now. Don't worry about wisdom. If you want to think in terms of the three characteristics, think of anicca, dukkha, anatta. When you see your body, you say, oh, my body is anicca. It's going to get old, get sick, or die. When you see the body of your wife, your son, the same thing. Anicca, anatta. If you attach to them, you get dukkha. If you don't attach to them, you don't get dukkha. That's all you have to think about. If you're gonna think at all, think in terms of anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Yeah. Thank you, Tanjaji. One more question, actually. So the pity that happens when I'm meditating, when I try to go back to the breath when I'm feeling it, it feels very, very nice. It feels very calming, but it doesn't go away. It stays. That's not a bad thing, is it? Because it feels like it's pressuring at a certain point, but I try not to pay attention to it.
You cannot control them. If they stay, let them stay. If they go, let them go. Anatta, they are anatta.
But it's not. It's not being like the Kilesha is trying to hold me back, right? Because
as long as you don't pay attention to them, then you're not. Just focus on your breathing if you're meditating.
Okay.
You still want to continue meditation until your mind becomes still. Then the meditation will stop automatically.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Tanajan.
You're welcome. Next, Suchi from the UK also, I think.
Hello, Tanajan. Yes, I am in the UK. So originally from Sri Lanka. It's good to see you. Buddha Dhamma Sangha is the refuge. So it's good to see you, Tanajan.
Yes, what can I do for you?
I have something that is not very clear to me. what is the difference between Asubha contemplation and contemplation of the three characteristics of the nature of the body, that is Anitya, Dukkha, Anatma?
Well, there are different aspects of the body that we have to see or understand. See, we have to see the anicca aspect of the body. That is, the body is temporarily. It has a process of from birth to death. So we have to understand that this is how the body is gonna go. It doesn't last forever. So if we cling to the body, we will get dukkha when the body has to go. If you don't want to get any dukkha, then you have to leave the body alone. Don't cling to it. Let it go when the time comes for it to go. When the time comes for it to get old, get sick, or die, you just have to accept it. Then you will have no dukkha.
Okay.
You can also look at the anatta nature of the body, so that it might be easier for you to let go of your attachment. If you still have this view that the body is you, then you want to study the nature of anatta of the body. The body are made up from the four elements. There's every inch of the body or every part of the body doesn't contain you at all. If you go through the 32 parts. So then you can see this body is not me. I'm just using this body. I'm a user. I'm actually a spiritual being using a physical being to accomplish my craving. That's all. But the body is anicca, is temporary. It will have to die one day. So I have to accept this and not cling to it when the time comes.
Okay, I understand.
Why another aspect of the body that you want to study is the asubha nature, the unpleasant nature of the body, in order to get rid of your sexual desire for other people's body, like your husband's body. If you can see the 32 parts in him all the time, then you will have no sexual desire for him.
Okay. Yes.
All right.
Because I'm volunteering in end of life care in the hospital. So I witness the three characteristics of the nature of the body.
Yes.
But
you have
probably
you have to apply it to your own body.
I see.
Other people, the body doesn't cause you much dukkha like your own body.
Yeah. Okay.
So whenever you feel worried or anxious about your body, it means you're still attached to it. You're not willing to let it be, let it go yet.
Yes. So
But
I don't have the wisdom.
You don't have equanimity. You don't have the jhana to make your mind still and let go of the body. You have the wisdom, but you don't have the strength to let go. You need the strength of equanimity to do that. So you have to practice more meditation. Get the mind to jhana. Once you have jhana, when you come out of jhana and you contemplate on the anicca nature of the body, you can let go. You look at the body, your own body, like other people's body. This body is not me, not mine, not myself. It's just the four element. It comes from the four element, and it will return to the four element one day. Okay.
Yes, Anaja.
Be ready to let go. Don't cling to it when the time comes. When they want to go back to their origin, which is the four element.
Yeah.
From dust to dust, from earth to earth, from water to water, from fire to fire, from wind to wind. Okay.
Okay, Anaja.
Understand?
Yes. Thank you, Tanajan. Thank you for
welcome.
your guidance.
You're welcome. Next, Tommy from Australia.
Skunk up.
What's going on? Okay.
Just up late. Drinking too much coffee because I'm a bit low on food, so I'm using coffee to get by. But that's about it.
You cannot go out and buy food yet, or you have to wait.
I get delivery every 2 weeks.
I see.
The supermarket. It's about 25 kilometers away.
Well, you should use it to as an opportunity to fast then when you don't have food to eat.
Yeah, I've been eating at about 75% for about 4 months. I lost about 16 kilos.
That's
but
good.
I find complete fast. I don't like complete fast. I like reduced food.
Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to ask, when does the Ugaha Asubha Nimit become a Paribaga Nimit?
You have to do it yourself. See, when you see an image of the body, for instance, then you have to break it down into 32 parts, into the 4 elements by contemplation, by imagination.
So any Ugaha Nimit can become Paribaga.
Well, it depends. Usually we refer to the body more than anything else. Other thing doesn't matter so much. The thing that really bothers us is the body. So we want to see the destruction of the body.
I hear some monks talk about they can make the image stable and then they can make it really big and really small.
Yes, it's just how it's like your imagination. You have strong mindfulness, then you can imagine the body in various size or shape.
And I was wondering what level, because I actually, another thing I did this week, I turned off my phone just to see how my practice was with no reading Dhamma books, no chanting, just me and the parikama. But like I see monks like traveling around all the time on Facebook, and I wonder what level does your practice have to be at before you can go on TO without it degenerating?
At least you should have samadhi. You should have the 4th jhana.
So someone with 4th jhana, they can practice anywhere.
Yes, they can control their mind to a certain level, to a calm level, but they cannot yet get rid of the defilement. They need wisdom.
Okay. I was wondering if you ever heard of Xu Yun, the Chinese Zen master.
No, I think I read something about Wei Lang or something like that in the 6th patriarch in Zen Buddhism, Hui Ning or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Xu Yun came after him. He died in 1960. He lived to be 120. But he's famous because he could sit for he came to Thailand and he sit for 9 days straight. He had this really deep samadhi. I just wonder if you ever heard of him.
Yes, I heard about some practitioner whom can go into meditation for maybe 2 weeks at a time. But I haven't met anybody like that. Just heard about them. But it's not important in terms of practicing for developing wisdom.
When you were living on Kaohsiung before anybody knew about you, did any special Tudong monks ever turn up?
What do you mean by special to the monks?
Like monks with good practice.
I don't think so. If they're good practice, they don't have to come here. They can be alone anywhere. They prefer to be alone.
Who stayed at Kaohsiung before you?
Just a few junior monks.
Okay.
Nobody was really interested in going up there because mostly they are newly ordained monks and they still don't have the wisdom or the mindfulness to be able to go live alone there. So it was pretty much empty when I came. Just a couple monks living up there, and then they don't do it seriously either. They just go up and down.
Yeah. Okay. I don't have any more questions.
Okay, good. Keep up your practice.
Thanks, Ajahn.
All right. Next, Sri and Czech. Are you now back in Canada?
Yes, Tanaja.
Yes.
Yeah, we are back.
We are back.
Finally finish your trip, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
It was a great trip.
Yeah, it's now like a dream though, isn't it? It's gone.
God.
Yeah. Feeling still there. So
Very good.
Memory, just a memory now.
yes.
Memory, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, we have achieved certain things like our son, like Kaisen the other day told me that he wants to offer food to people. So yeah, I think
teach him Dana how to give.
Yeah, we show him and he just by himself, like he told us that he see food, he want to offer to people. So we say next time we'll do it again. Or from now on he has the idea. He always wants to put to the neighbors, yeah.
Good practice. Start with Dana. The
Yeah.
past started with Dana. Dana, Sila, then Pavana.
Yes.
So, you have
Tan
anything to say?
I have a question. Tanaja, what is Dhamma Aramana? You mentioned it last week, but I didn't understand.
Dhamma objects, Dhamma Armam.
How is it different from the Namakanda? Is it part of it?
No, they are the ones that have the emotions that arise and cease in the mind. Dhamma Aramana.
Oh, it's emotion.
Yeah, emotions.
Oh. So it's
Of,
not the
of states of mind.
states of mind. Oh.
Sometimes you're sad, sometimes you're happy. These are states of mind.
Oh.
Sometimes you're agitated, sometimes you're restless, sometimes you're peaceful and calm. These are all states of mind, Dhamma and Ramana.
Oh. And they are anicca, dukkha, anatta.
They keep changing all the time, and you cannot control them sometimes. You might be able to control them sometimes, and sometimes you're not able to control them.
Oh.
Sometimes you can stop them by getting into a jhana, but when you come out of jhana, then you cannot control them again.
It's a characteristic of a mind, like it's a
Yes, it's the characteristic of the mind, like the characteristic of the body and feeling. They are anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Oh. Oh.
And try to control them will only make you frustrated.
Yeah.
By accepting them, letting them be, then you will have no dukkha from them. If it wants to be sad, let it be sad. Don't try to change it. It will eventually, it's anicca, it will go away eventually, it will change eventually. Today you're sad, maybe tomorrow you'll be happy again. But don't immerse your mind with it. Don't indulge it. Separate the mind from this emotion. Just keep the mind as a knower, just merely knowing or not acknowledging. Okay, I have a sad day today. I have a happy day today. But things change, things come and go, not under my control. So don't try to control them. Then you would have no dukkha.
Yeah. That's but Tan Ajahn, like don't we have a like antidote for it? Like let's say we feel anxious, you always have a or sleepy. That's different. Like
If there's a cause for it, you know, then you can get rid of it. If you know the cause of this anxiety, then if you can eliminate the cause, then this anxiety will disappear.
yeah.
But if you cannot find the cause of a certain condition, then you just have to accept it and let it be.
Oh. So if there's no cure, we just let it be.
Yeah,
Let
like your body, sometimes you can cure it, right? Sometimes you cannot cure it. So what do you do? Just let it be.
it be. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. That's very clear.
To continue with the questions, if I do want to find the cause, how do I do it? Like keep
Ask yourself what's making you sad today. Trying to find out your son, your wife, your money, the weather, or whatever. See, you have to ask yourself what are you not happy about?
Oh, the above.
Maybe in the past, maybe you think about something bad in the past, and they just come up and cause you to have the sadness. Then you then have to ask yourself, can you eliminate this cause or not? If you can eliminate, then okay, do it. If you cannot, then you just have to live with it.
Oh, okay. So if the cause is a person, then maybe I found out then I can not
change it.
That person, or
And you have
like,
to accept it.
yeah.
Or maybe the cause is your body. Your body is not feeling well, and you don't know how to fix it. You cannot find a cause. So you just have to accept it and learn to live with it. If you can find the cause and fix it, then fix it.
Oh, okay.
Very, very powerful teaching.
Mm.
Because in the usually in the contemporary world, we are taught to try to get rid of the sadness but like
But
being
see, I think there's a saying that goes, do what you can and accept what you cannot do.
Yeah.
You have to accept the weather, right? Because there's nothing you can do about it. Okay.
Yeah. We always taught how to solve problem. Like, okay.
That's the easiest way to solve problem, to see everything as the work of nature.
Yeah.
The weather is work of nature.
Yeah, I'm much happier after I try to see everything as a weather and don't change apple to orange and the life is so much happier.
Yeah, less stressful. Huh?
Oh yeah. Very powerful.
Right. So simple, huh?
Yeah, but I never thought of it until I met Tan Ajahn. Simple but very profound and very effective to be happy.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. Thank you, Tan Ajahn.
You both look happy. Okay. See you.
Yeah. Can I ask one more question? Like
Sure.
In Satipatthana Sutta, like Buddha asks us to understand like how a reason like sensual desire arises. How? Like
by your perception of the beauty. When you perceive a beautiful body, you have sexual desire come up. If you perceive an ugly body, then there will be no sexual desire coming up. So it's your perception that causes you to have cravings for or having aversion for.
Oh.
That's why we have to develop a sukha, because a sukha is unpleasant.
Oh, okay.
Unpleasant perception. See.
Okay. So the next things like Buddha said, then you contemplate like the reason sensual desire is abundant. That is the asubha.
Yes, if you have the right the asupa perception, then the desire will then be abandoned.
Ah, okay. So we understand. Okay. And then when we practice up to a certain level, then we know that this like sensual desire totally have been abandoned.
That's right, because you always have this asupa perception in the back of your mind all the time. Whenever you see a body, you see it as asupa.
Okay. And that's what you always taught us, like, is this a real time?
Yeah, see the skeleton inside you and me. Can you see the skeleton inside me now? You don't.
No, can imagine, but I don't see it.
Not even imagine. If I didn't mention about you, you won't even imagine. Because you're not trained to look at that way. See, you're only trained to look at the body through the skin, from the skin cover. That's why we have the saying that goes, beauty is only skin deep. Once you start to looking under the skin, then there's nothing beauty. There's no beauty in the body. So that's what Asupa contemplation is about, is to go under the body, under the skin, to see the parts that we don't see with our eyes. We have to use our mental eyes to see the parts under the skin.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next, Mahesh. Hi, Mahesh.
Good evening, Ajahn.
Go ahead.
So, I have like few questions. One is like the monks that either you trained or you practice with. Based on that, like how do you define like a good monk? What are the qualities of a good monk or an ideal monk?
An ideal monk is to practice following the teaching of the Buddha faithfully. Is a good monk. Keep the precept, practice meditation, and develop wisdom.
My second question is on your in your peak days, how many hours did you use to practice in a day, and how many hours you used to sleep? And yeah.
Well, I practice all day, mindfulness all day, from the time I get up to the time I go to sleep. And in between, I sit in meditation, or sometimes I do walking meditation. And sleep about 4 or 5 hours a night.
So how many hours of sitting and walking meditation is that?
I didn't keep count, but constantly, whenever it's appropriate, because you have to do other things as well. So in your daily life, you have your routine. You have to go out, collect food. You have to eat. You have to wash your bowls. This you develop mindfulness along with it. But when you have nothing else to do, then you sit or walk meditation.
Okay. Is there a recommended number of hours for monks when you're training them that you recommend that you need to, like,
I
on a
just
daily
said
basis?
all day long, from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep, either doing mindfulness or doing sitting or walking meditation. If you have to work, then you do mindfulness along with your work. But when you don't have to work, then if you want to walk, you can do walking meditation. If you want to sit, then you can do sitting meditation.
Okay. So when I try to do that in my day when I have totally free, after a couple of sitting and walking meditations, I don't like my mind is when I sit, the mind is not there. So what do you recommend then to push myself to sit more and walk more, or
You can switch.
because I have.
You can switch to reading Dhamma books or listening to Dhamma talk.
Yeah, so I'm spending a lot of time again on reading Dhamma books then, and then I try to come back. But is there, because I think sitting and walking is more preferred, right? So is there some way that is there some other thing in the middle between sitting, walking meditation, and reading Dhamma book that I can do, which is more efficient?
I don't know.
Like, I mean, I try to do chanting for some time, but
Okay,
then again,
you can do chanting also.
okay. And other question is like, if I want to use sound as an meditation object, like just sitting and closing my eyes and listening to whatever sounds are coming, putting my mind on the sound. Is that good practice to reach? Like, is it like, can you reach jhanas using that?
Sound is not reliable source of concentration.
Okay.
Better use your breathing, your breath, or your mantra, which is more consistent and more what you call reliable. You can always have them. With the sound, sometimes it can be soft, it can be loud, and it might be other sound that can interfere with another sound. So we don't use sound. We try to close our eyes, ears, nose, and tongue and body. We don't try to use this sensory object as our object of meditation.
I hear an inner sound, kind of like nada or inner sound kind of a thing when I pay attention. So I try to focus on that. But even that, you think it is constant all the time.
I mean, you can use it if you like, but I just don't use it. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because on those days when I'm talking about, like after a couple of meditations, when I can't get to the breath anymore, if I want to continue to sit, I can use other objects like sound, but then
you can use Dhamma sound. The sound Dhamma is okay.
Sorry, what is the sound of Dhamma? Is it reading book or?
Yeah, maybe audio books you can listen to instead of reading it in text. You can listen to the podcast.
Okay.
Dhamma podcast.
Okay. Right. Yeah, that's all I have. Thanajan.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next, Joe, iPhone number 2. I don't know what your name is, but that's what appears on the screen. Joe's iPhone. Hi.
Hi, Prajan.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, thank you. Where are you from?
Niagara Falls, Canada.
Okay. What can I do for you?
I just had a question about how to live the lay life as a couple. I was just some of my friends who have a problem with they living together and stuff like that, because he start to do meditation a lot and he will a lot thinking Suchart a lot and have a problem with their partner because he doesn't want to do anything with her. So is that anything you can provide, how to manage that?
It depends on what he wants. If he still wants to maintain the relationship, then he should stop doing a super contemplation at this point yet. Not time yet for him. You can only do a super contemplation when he's living alone or he becomes a monk.
Oh, okay. So he should reduce that.
If he wants to maintain the relationship with his partner.
I think he's kind of between that, because the one part he has responsible because they have kids, they have family and things like that. But at the same time, you want to get out of there too at the same time. So that's kind of, I think he's kind of between that.
So you have to look at the Buddha, for example.
Right.
The Buddha also had a wife and had a son. But he decided it's better that he lives alone because he wants enlightenment more than anything else.
Right.
So it's up to him what he wants. He wants to keep the family or he wants to become enlightened. He cannot take both at the same time.
I know. So it's just more like a decision.
That's right. Choose the path, the worldly path or the spiritual path.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I know he's struggled with it, and I know he's go to the temple, go to the meditation. That's the best thing what he could, which I can saying that because but but at the same time, he's got a lot of responsible. So it's kind of, oh, okay, what what the best way for you now? And that's kind of question. Yeah.
Yes, you have to make the decision. Just like the Buddha, he had to
Yeah.
make this decision.
Yeah. Okay.
So
All right.
look at the benefit from the decision that you make. Which one
Right.
is more beneficial? Then take that one. To become enlightened or to be still stuck in samsara, which benefit would you like?
Right. But but it's not just him, right? So that's why it's a lot of family involved, a lot of this and that, and at the same time, like you said, as a Buddha, he have to do it because that's what he want to do it. He had to lead something and make decision. And
Yes,
yeah, I think
I have this kind of question asking me all the time.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I think it's because of as a lay people living, it's just confusing too. I think it's because it's a lot less attachment for them. So it's hard to make decision. Do you want to do it or you don't want to do this, and just kind of between that.
Yes, you have to look at the result from living this type of life, whether it's harmful or beneficial.
Right. Right. Yeah, I try to say like, oh, maybe you go a little bit like in middle path. Maybe you can do this, do that, and maybe go somewhere for a bit, and then still have family. Or I don't know. That's kind of advice I give it to him.
He can be patient and wait for
Yeah.
his kid to grow up and they can support themselves, and then maybe able to discuss with the partner that you want to go on your
Right.
own now.
Yeah.
As long as you leave your partner enough financial support, I don't think she mind.
Yeah, that's kind of idea I'll give him too, because it's better to wait. If you want to do a retreat or go some retreat for a while, take some time off or something, and then you can still doing that as a father or as the leader at a family, so supporting, and go from there and see how you can managing in the future.
Yes, you must not leave the people behind in trouble, in destitute. They should be well provided before you leave them. Like the Buddha,
Right.
the Buddha knew that his wife and son will be well taken care of, so he didn't have any worry about that.
Yeah, because he's a king, right? So he can provide so many things. So, but for normal people, that's kind of tough decision to make.
Just give up all your money, because once you become a monk, you don't need the money anyway.
Yeah, I know that too. Yeah.
So it's up to him what he wants. He cannot have both. That's the point. You cannot have both. You have to take one or the other.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll passing by the message to him. So, and thanks for the time.
You're welcome. Next,
Namaskar.
Next, Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajahn. No questions. Just happy to be listening in. Thank you.
Okay, Formado next. Formado, am I pronounce your name correctly? Formado. Or what is it? Yes, you can speak now.
I don't know. It's the first time I'm here.
How do I pronounce your name? How do I call you?
Desiree.
But on the screen it says Formador.
Sorry?
On
Desiree from Spain.
Okay. What can I do for you?
I don't know. I just leave a monastery, and I would like to go and a meditation center in 15 days approximately. But it is another. I don't know. The last one was Theravada, and now is Vajrayana. I don't know if I don't know the question. I'm just
What kind of meditation you do? When you meditate, what do you do? Do you watch your breathing? Vipassana.
Vipassana and walking and yes, Vipassana and walking meditation.
Walking meditation. And
Yes.
when you sit, what do you do? When you do sitting meditation, what do you do?
Vipassana and Anapana. I'm very agitated.
Agitated. So you use anapanasati to calm your mind.
Anapanasati.
Okay.
Yes, and Vipassana.
Vipassana, that's wisdom, using wisdom.
Yes.
Usually we don't use both at the same time. We either use anapanasati or wisdom. And usually if we haven't yet developed anapanasati, it's difficult to use wisdom. So we use anapanasati or sati to calm our mind first.
Yes. Yes, when I'm agitated, I start with Anapana, and sometimes all the time I maintain Anapanasati.
Yes. Does that calm your mind down? Okay.
Yes. And not now, but I used to have a lot of sleep. I used to sleep in the meditation, but not now. Now I'm
okay.
I maintain the calm and I can
be mindful all the time. Okay. When you do vipassana, what do you do? How do you do it?
I go from head to feet and come again, feeling all the
sensation, the sensation of the body.
Yes, and sometimes I don't feel the body.
So this is Goenka method, I think. Do you attend Goenka before? Have you heard of Goenka?
Goenka, yes, I did one retreat of Goenka.
This is the method used in Goenka to study the sensation of the body.
Yes, and it's the best for me now in this moment. And sometimes metta meditation also I do. Is very very powerful metta when I send love
to people,
to
everybody.
Everybody and every beings here and outside, and it is very powerful for me. And then is when I feel tenresi in my head and I can send more love, or I feel also my body is I can't feel my body. I feel a power outside mine, like if the love is I don't send the love is everywhere. I feel something like this. I don't know. I can explain.
Okay. As long as you're happy, then that's okay.
Yes.
We meditate to make ourselves happy. Okay. You have any question?
No more. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you for joining our conversation.
Oh, thank you. It's very, I enjoy it very much, and it's very helpful.
Okay, good. I'll go to the
Thank
next
you.
person. Next,
you very
Diana. Hi, Diana from King City, Canada. King City.
Namo Buddhaya, Ajahn Suchart.
How are you? You couldn't come in for a couple sessions, huh?
We had the time change, and I think I tried to join a little earlier, and then I was late, and many people are wanting to participate. I think I missed 1 or 2 weeks. I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Okay. You have any question tonight? Today?
Let's see. If I can take a minute to just reflect on like some changes in trying to apply more of the wisdom I'm learning here, and see if maybe more guidance is needed. Okay. So I have felt some changes and shifting in terms of wanting to apply more mindfulness, like in daily living, like just because before I was just always finding out I'm trying to do like more than one thing at the same time, and basically now that I've been sick for a few weeks, so that gave me more opportunity to just focus just like doing one thing at one time. And I was able to reach some kind of like more peacefulness. I don't know if that's a result of mindfulness.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So I was able to just like surrender that I wasn't going to be driving or rushing around or like doing something productive that day, that I was just going to stay and do one thing that was in front of me. And it actually felt, I was able not to feel irritated about it. And I was able to experience some calm in that moment with what I was doing, instead of being overwhelmed with thinking or feeling. So that was kind of like a little bit new.
Yes, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Do what you have to do rather than doing what you want to do.
Yes. I was always, I was constantly faced with my thinking that maybe it wasn't what I wanted to do, but somehow I was able to find peace and calm in this is what I'm doing, and there was no irritation, and somehow it just it was good. It was effectful in terms of staying calm, staying calm and being there for my daughter, like staying calm. And even I witnessed that I made like lots of progress in terms of staying calm within her emotional changes, and somehow me staying calm even translated to her staying, I don't know, more calm and mindful. And I think it was like she liked, she was happy with me staying calm. So that was okay, so that's the first part. And the second part is like I still had to like speak with people now and then, and I've noticed that once I spoken to them, I kind of lost it. And it happened more than it actually happened each time. So I guess the next step is like how do I maintain my calm within myself if I need to speak and engage. And that was another thing I witnessed. It took a while. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, be mindful listening, and don't try to respond. Just try to listen. Be a listener more than be a speaker. Only speak only when you really need to or have to.
Okay. I think I also had some question about some answers you gave today, but right now they're not in my mind. Just oh yes. Oh yeah, I remember. When you were sharing about accepting, what to do when the accepting is not there, and the mind is fighting with the mind, and then the mind is and even the mind is kind of wanting to accept the non-accept. Like, what's the secret to get to the accepting? Like, once the mind figured out, oh, I just need to accept. And accept that this state of feeling is like prevailing, and let's say I'm staying mindful with it, but I don't really like it because I feel like it's dragging me down, and my mind is beginning to
you
panic.
accept things because you know that by accepting you can get rid of your dukkha, your suffering. See?
So then if I'm aware that my mind is not accepting, like, is there a trick?
Then just tell yourself you're hurting yourself by not accepting. Like, you're
Okay.
hurting yourself. Like trying to lie your way out of such situation, or rather than accept the truth and say, okay, I did it. So once you accept it, then all the stress, anxiety will be gone. Or you try to lie your way out of it, you will continue to be more anxious and and have stress in your mind.
So just accepting that the unpleasantness is there.
Yeah, accept whatever happens. If you did something wrong, accept it. And once you accept it, then the pressure inside will be gone. The stress inside will be gone.
Okay, yeah, that's very helpful.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, and also just because parenting is such a daily activity for me, I try to just I've noticed that if I don't make like if I try to stay home a little bit because I was sick and not wanting to share the germs at the monastery, and I've noticed that if I'm not making the monastery physically present for my daughter's life, like the dana, like it's fading away. It's fading away more quicker than I thought it would. Like it was only like 2-3 weeks. So I guess even though I purchased some Dhamma children's literature for my daughter, and we both enjoy, there still seems to be like a lot of benefit for child to just go and see the live monks and give the dana. And with the dana, my question is there some kind of rule that like we go to visit the Sri Lankan monastery, and they seem to be very like when I stayed at your monastery, it was so nice that everybody was just sharing the dana and we could all give, like there wasn't any restriction. And I still sometimes find it difficult at the Sri Lankan monastery that I feel some kind of restriction, like people have to sign up, and then like is there kind of like is there any kind of Buddhist restriction that like only the people that sign up can give to the monk? Like do you know?
I don't think so. Generally, anybody wants to give anything, they can give. However much or little, if they want to give, if it's the time for them to give, then they can give. Like if you want to give food for the monks, you have to do it when they're walking, collecting on Bintabat, for instance.
Yeah, they don't do a lot of walking. We go into the temple, and then from what I understood, like we just communicate that we brought some dana, and from time to time, like recently, it also happened that I felt that like I'm not sure why that happens, or maybe like it's my misunderstanding, but somehow it just feels like more restrictive than what I've experienced in Thailand. Like in Thailand it was just so feeling of expansion, like you give the dana and like you just feel the gratitude. And I've tried to kind of like go back to that feeling. However, not often, but from time to time, I experience this restriction, maybe from other people. They just want to give, like if they signed up, that they want to give and maybe not want someone else to give with them. And okay, so but now you gave me the answer that there is no restriction from the Buddha, it's just in their mind.
Yes, maybe they have some other reason, like maybe they have very few people giving food, so they want to spread them out so that not everybody come give the food at the same day, and the other day nobody giving them food. Is that the case? They want to spread out the giving.
No, it's actually the opposite. It's like you can't get a spot in to like everybody signed up. There's not like a free spot. So what I've done is I've just snuck graciously in, say, well, could we just like contribute like one little item, and then it's like, so we're always bringing like one little item, because either we have to like me as a single person, like if I sign up, I have to make like a lot of dishes for like, I don't know, 5 monks. So
Can you ask them? Can you ask them why you have to sign up before you can give?
Oh yeah, I think that's because what you're saying, they want to make sure that somebody is signed up to take care of their food.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just a specific thing for that monastery to do. But generally speaking, there's no restriction on giving, but just having to know the right time of giving, that's all.
Okay, so then I'll go back. I'll leave the other feelings and thoughts, and I'll just go back to my own like contribution, and then I'll just accept whatever will happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
Mm-hmm. I'm always so help. It's always so helpful to be here. It's like a big reset for the week.
Okay, good. Good to see you.
Yeah.
And happy to be of service.
Yeah. Oh yes, and one time I peeked into the Thai Zoom, and I noticed that a lot of parents bring their children into Zoom, and I wondered like it was nice to see. I wondered like why is like it's a change in our group. Not so many children are coming once in a while. Maybe it's the time that it's at.
But maybe because they want to train the children when they're still young. It's easier to teach children when they're younger than when they grow up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. Yeah, I agree. I'm trying to do the same.
Mm-hmm. Okay. See you again. Next, Sue Lan from Singapore. Hi, Sue. How's everything?
Yeah, hello, Ajahn. Nice to see you. Yeah.
Yes. Everything okay?
Yeah, okay.
No sadness, no worry.
Yeah, no sadness, no worries. Just feeling very tired.
Tired from what? From working?
I think maybe with my sleep cycle not very routine also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I feel like there's a lot of things to do.
Don't overtax yourself. Do only what you can do. You have to also look after your own body.
Yeah. Then I'm kind of wondering where does the sloth and torpor comes from. Is it like in the mind, like I have craving for sloth and torpor because I'm feeling tired.
Well, it's different. Sloth and torpor can be mental, while tired can be physical.
Oh.
You're tired because your body doesn't have enough rest. But even if your body have enough rest, you can still have torpor because you don't like meditation, you don't like listening to Dhamma talk, for instance. This can be the cause of your torpor. But if you watch movie or something, then this torpor will be gone. So it's a mental thing, not a physical thing.
So torpor is a mental thing, and
more. But it can also be caused by physical. If you don't have enough sleep, maybe you can also get torpor.
Okay. So like craving for more sleep, more rest. Is that like tanha?
It depends on whether you have enough rest or not. Say. So if you have enough rest, then if you want more than that, then that is craving, that's defilement.
Oh.
But if you don't have enough rest yet, and you want to rest, want to rest more, and this is not craving. It's the necessity of the body to have enough rest.
Okay. But you said that actually every one of us only need like 5 hours of rest, right?
Yes,
So
5 or 6 hours, but usually 4 or 5 for monks who practice intensively. But for lay people, maybe 5 or 6. I don't know.
okay.
If you meditate, if you're gonna retreat, but if you're working, you might need 8 hours. I don't know, because when you work, you need more energy. You spend more energy.
Okay. And actually the sleep is better, meditation is better than sleep, right?
Well, you still need to sleep the body. Even the Buddha had to sleep.
Oh, okay. So both are equally important.
Yeah, just that you have to know the right amount of sleep.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Ajahn. I
All
hope you
right.
have a good sleep also.
Okay, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
All right.
Mm.
Next, we'll go to Kunjuk now for more questions.
กราบนมัสการท่านอาจารย์ค่ะ We have 5 questions altogether this evening, and one question from the assistant Gmail is from Justine. In the face of bullying and violence, including domestic violence, how should we carry ourselves? The perpetrator seems even more violent and will keep attacking me until I have a reaction, and the perpetrator would block my exit every time I try to walk away. What is the best way to deal with the situations like this, especially in the case of domestic violence?
Get a divorce. If living together is harmful, not peaceful, then you should get a divorce. Better to live alone.
The next 2 questions are from Facebook, and they're from Sam Ko. Bow to Ajahn. Could you describe what will happen after an arahant dies?
Well, the body of an arahant, just like our body, they go back to the 4 elements. Why the mind of an arahant stop taking a new birth? That's all. Why our mind, who is still defiled, will go on and take a new birth until we can purify our mind and become an arahant. Once the mind is pure, then it will not take a new birth anymore.
What is in Nibbana?
Nibbana is a state of mind, a mind that is pure from defilement, that doesn't take rebirth anymore.
May I ask what will happen at the point of each state of enlightenment? What will happen for the citta?
Oh, you have to experience it yourself, Talking about it doesn't make you enlightened, so it's a waste of time to know. It's better to know how to become enlightened, how to practice to become enlightened. By practicing morality, charity, morality, and meditation.
The next question is from Man Moy Yu. Dear Tanajan, I have a question to ask and hope Tanajan can help to advise. If a yogi is good at samadhi in meditation and he does not need to do any more dana because the merit of samadhi is much, much greater than the merit of dana, is this the correct practice of doing only samadhi and not doing dana? Thank you.
Well, if you advance in your meditation practice, then you don't have to do dana. But usually when you advance in your meditation practice, you don't have to spend money either. So instead of keeping the money, you give it all away anyway.
And the last question is from Tanik. I understand but do not accept. Is this delusion?
Well, if you do not accept and you still have dukkha, then it means it's not wisdom. It's still defilement.
That is all ค่ะ
Okay. Well, that's about all the time we have for tonight or today. Thank you for your company. I hope this meeting is useful for you and can help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, be mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
สาธุเจ้าค่ะอาจารย์
You be well, San Ajahn.
Bye
Thank
everyone.
you
Bye.
everyone for the interaction and input.
Bye bye.
กลับนมัสการครับ
Bye everyone. Thank you.